G'day sports fans, it's Phantom100 here. Welcome back to Paladins Champions of the Realm, fueled by juiced energy. If you don't want to have any more lag or latency in that brain of yours and only have to worry about that when you're connected online, then you should try Juice. It's an Australian-made, crash-free and sugar-free product. And if you use code PHANTOM, that's PHANTOM all in capitals, you'll get 10% off all your orders on a great Australian product. Links in the description below to the website. You should go and check it out. They have lots of cool flavours. They have merch, shakers, all that kind of stuff. And it's a really great way to give yourself a boost in the morning and just keep your brain going. It's a great energy product. I recommend it. I'm a diabetic. I can have it. It's great. It's the good stuff. So, today we're going to be going through another character that I really like. By the way, we just had a new champion come out. I didn't know about this, but Betty is her name. She looks really cool. She uses a grenade launcher. Maybe at some point we'll get around to playing her. But as you can tell by the title of this video, that is not what we're covering today. We have literally 5 characters left that we haven't done a video on yet, not including the new champion. But today, of course, we're going over dear little Ying. Now, I've tried her once, but never really tried her since then. I think I practiced with her once because I was curious as to how she worked, because her mirror is kind of her weapon. So she's a very interesting looking support character, but she has great potential, actually. Despite the fact that she doesn't look like she has a huge focus on healing, she actually does quite a lot. So her right click, her ability, or her weapon, is Illusionary Mirror. Fire a burst of energy every 0.5 seconds from your mirror over a short period of time, hitting 5 times over 0.2 seconds for 90 damage per shot. So it's actually a fair bit of damage over a quick amount of time, considering that, you know, she's a healer. But a lot of healers in this game have a pretty crazy damage output, which is, to be quite unexpected, if I'm honest, because usually in games, your healers aren't your big damage outputs, but yeah, that's what she does. Right click is to shatter. Shatter your illusions, causing them to chase down enemies and explode for 500 damage. So, illusions is something else that she creates. We'll be getting to that shortly. But initially, they are used as more of a supporting role, but apparently you can use them to explode people as well. And part of her build actually supports shatter. Her F is the dimensional link. For a short duration, manipulate dimensions, swapping locations with your farthest illusions. If you're placing illusions around on the battlefield near teammates, you can use this to escape, you can use it to engage, like if you've activated Shatter and caused them to chase enemies, I think you probably can still swap to them during that time, so you can get close, if for some reason you feel the need to get close to your enemies, though I don't know why you would, but it's a thing you can probably do. Her Q is the illusion. This is a big part of what she does. So, create a lifelike illusion that heals nearby allies for 400 every 1.6 seconds. So, she creates an illusion, it heals. This is a primary healing thing, but also it's a big part of her damage because of shatter. So, as you can see, it all sort of comes together because she creates illusions, you can shatter them, you can dimensional link to them, all kind of works together in tandem here. Her E is Illusionary Rift. Shatter your mirror, restoring 600 health every 1 second to all allies for 8 seconds. While active, you may teleport to any ally with Dimensional Link. So basically, your Dimensional Link, your F, allows you to teleport to your allies instead of just your illusions. And yeah, everyone gets a passive heal for 8 seconds, which is really powerful. That's a very long time for people to be getting 600 health every 1 second. That's a lot. That's 1200 health every 2 seconds. You know, within 2 seconds, they've gained half their health. And that's for 8 seconds. It's pretty powerful. Her talents, I haven't actually looked at these. She has Focusing Lens. Deal an additional 200 damage to an enemy if you hit them with all 5 shots of Illusionary Mirror. So this is great for doing damage with your primary attack. Life Exchange. Shatter instantly heals your target for 700, but its cooldown is increased by 1 second and it no longer explodes your illusion. So that's kind of interesting because it heals the target. So we might end up trying that out, because what it does is that the illusion that we're going to shatter, it heals them instead, which would be handy if you want to keep the illusion around, because it might be providing support for somebody. Residence. If an illusion is killed or expires, it triggers a shatter explosion, dealing 550 damage. Also increases the effectiveness of your shattered illusion's movement speed and explosion radius. So this is good. This is just overall a huge buff to your shatter skill on your illusion. So we might try that. That'll definitely go probably the best with our build, and we might try Focusing Lens just for the damage. Life Exchange feels kind of counterintuitive to what we're doing with the build that we've made. We'll go over that right now so you can understand why. So I've made this build, a lot of movement speed here, and a bit of shatter support. So we've got Disappear, increase your movement speed by 21% while out of combat. So as soon as we're out of combat, we want to be able to stay with our team, we want to be able to heal them, So I think the movement speed while we're not fighting is definitely needed because there is a lot of downtime in certain modes like Siege. Pursuit. Increase the movement speed of illusions by 24% during Shatter. So when you activate Shatter, your illusions are going to be dash at your enemy, right? You want speed. You don't want your enemy to catch on and shoot and kill them. So this is to make it so that they literally will attack faster. It gets the job done, gets the Shatter done, so you can then begin recasting illusions and begin the process again. Shuffle. Increase your movement speed by 30% while Dimensional Link is active. So again, if we've already got the movement speed from out of combat, that's also really handy if we're out of combat and we then activate Dimensional Link and we want to teleport somewhere. So having that extra movement speed, again, great if we're trying to escape the enemy, because if we're in a fight, we're trying to get away, we don't have this movement speed. But 30% is great if we try and get away, activate Dimensional Link, and teleport to an illusion that is possibly near a friendly player. Harmony, heal for 39% of the damage dealt by Shatter. So again, if we just activate Shatter to be aggressive, we're getting rid of illusions, we're possibly using that to escape. We want some heals as well. So that combined with then activating Dimensional Link and getting movement speed with Shuffle is pretty good. And then Fracture. Heal your illusions for 60% of their maximum health after activating Shatter. So we already get a heal for activating Shatter here. See, that's why that middle talent isn't really as useful, because that does a heal, but I think that with this, we can sort of forego that, because it gets 60% of their maximum health, so it's a pretty decent health buff. So if they are being targeted, that can keep them going. So I feel like that would make that middle talent a little counterintuitive. But that's just my opinion. It could work in a completely different way. I don't know. I haven't tested the build yet. That's what this video is for. And yeah, for all I know, I could be doing this character completely wrong. But I won't know until I try. So we're going to queue up for 2 games, as we usually do. And yeah, we're just going to... Oh, okay. Choose any champion that's unlocked limited time mode. There's a new mode. Choose any. That's interesting. I might have to check that out later in my downtime. Anyway, we're going to be just doing Onslaught, Team Deathmatch, or Siege. We're going to join a queue. We're going to play some games. We're going to try out this character. And I guess I'll give my final thoughts on how strong she is at the end, I suppose. If my opinion is at all critical. I don't know. But anyway, we'll check it out. See how we do. See what our game's like today. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. We have returned and we are playing some Team Deathmatch. Right, so TDM is going to make it pretty fast paced, which means I've got to really pay attention to where all Ying's illusions are. It's going to make it interesting teleporting to them, because we're constantly on the move. So Siege might be a bit more preferred for testing out the illusions, being stationary a lot, possibly putting illusions on the payload, but that's not what we're doing right now. We're trying to TDM first, so that's going to be... yeah, put the pressure on immediately. But I feel confident that just with what I've looked at on Ying so far, I feel like we can do this pretty well. Because she does look like a support that has a lot of versatility, so I'm feeling pretty confident. 15 seconds left to go. Friendly team is selecting. So we've got Ying, Strix, Ruckus, Bomb King, and Androxus. Pretty decent damage team there. Not a lot of mobility, but a lot of damage there. Which is, Strix is going to be interesting in TDM. Enemy team is going to be Bomba, the new lady, Maeve, Furia, Yagharoth, and Drogos. So we're going to be fighting Betty La Bomba immediately, the new champion. So she has a grenade launcher. I know that all of her kit is all about explosions, so throwing different grenades, cluster bombs, a rocket, that kind of thing. So I'm really weary of her. She's probably going to be somebody that might be targeting us a lot, being a support and a lower health character. But I guess we could do it and see how we go on Snowfall Junction today. Alright guys, so I think we're going to go for this one. We're going to go Resonance. If illusions killed expires, it triggers Shadow Explosion. We're going to go for that one. Picking our loadout here. Alright, now I think for Ying, what we want is we definitely want cooldown. And we'll go Nimble as well. Okay, alrighty, so this is a mirror. Like that, it's like a little shotgun kind of blast. And then, let's see, a Q is creating the illusions like that, and they're stationary. F, we can teleport to them, like that. Hit it again. That's pretty cool. Okay. Alright. We're just gonna be thrown straight into it, it seems. We're not gonna get to test everything. That is not good. I cannot activate my F because it has quite a long cooldown, so... I don't know what happens if you use the F without having... Oh, I see. So you create one, and you teleport back to it. Oh, that makes more sense. Okay, that makes more sense. Basically, you cast an illusion there, it just stays there, and it's helpful. And then if I hit the F key, it creates an illusion where I'm sitting, and that's where I can teleport back to. Now, immediately this is going to be pretty tough, because TDM, new character, kind of rough way to show a lot of the abilities, but we will try. So if we create an illusion here, then we can right-click and shatter it. Don't think the illusions are duration-based. Seems like they just literally just hang around. Okay, so I can only have one active at a time, it seems. I thought maybe you could activate, like, have it more than one at a time. We can do this. And then we can activate... No, we can't right-click for some reason. Oh, it's already gone, I think. Let's activate another one. If we do that, they move towards the nearest enemy and they explode. The enemies were at a higher plane of existence, though. Fudge. Okay, this is looking pretty hard, actually. I think we might go Haven. We need to try and stay alive a bit here. One thing I'm noticing right away is that managing the illusions is kind of tricky, especially in TDM. Okay, so that's a lot of explosions. That's the Lady Bomber right over there. She's very terrifying. Now, it is a very short cooldown to reactivate the illusions. I kind of would have liked it if we could have had more than one at a time, but it is what it is. Oh my god, that is a lot of explosions. Okay, Bomber seems kind of crazy, that's for sure. It's making it very hard for me to do anything marginally useful. It's definitely not the best character for this, I feel. So we are getting a bit of heals going on now, but not a lot. Really hard to tell how much healing an illusion does when placed. Okay, so if we hit F, it actually does... Oh, I get it now. Right, so if we already have an illusion up, if we already have one there, and we hit F, it teleports us to them. But I think if we don't have one, then it creates one at our location. I think that's what it's doing. It's very hard to tell, actually. Everything's happening kind of fast, and I don't have a lot of time to react to things, which is kind of difficult. It's kind of a tough game, gotta be honest. Mainly because we're trying to also, like, keep track of what Bomber is doing. And, well, one thing I can say right away is that she has a lot of CC potential. Not necessarily in terms of stun and stuff, but all the grenades. Reminds me when Dredge first came out, and he was lobbing bombs everywhere. It was very annoying. So Dredge makes me think of that quite a lot. I mean, she makes me think of Dredge a lot. In terms of what him being added to the game felt like. Yagroth is not the ideal opponent. Yagroth has a lot of health. We've done a video on Yagroth before. She's very strong, and you should definitely respect the giant tanky snake lady. Probably just teleported ourselves into danger, most likely. Okay, enemy team is very strong. We are kind of getting decimated this game. Understandable though. New character for me to play and play against makes the game a little bit rough. I'm gonna activate our little illusion there. Oh my god. So many bombs. Okay, we teleport. Oh, okay, we teleported ourselves out of danger and then I ran straight back into it. Caught by the momentum. This is kind of tough, gotta be honest. The Furious stun is definitely something that I don't really want to have to deal with. It does a lot of damage. There is a lot of CC on the enemy team. Holy lord. This is kind of a tough way to play a new character, gotta be honest with you. Okay, I'm gonna place the illusion here, near Strix. That way if he gets hurt, we can give him a bit of heals for it. Fudge, okay. Now what about... Oh, that person's just gone off the edge. I was going to launch the illusion at him. Okay, so that was the most useless illusion explosion. Okay, so the tracking seems a little bit... Whoa, I just got knocked off the edge of the map. That was unexpected. That was Betty, so she can knock you back really far. Which also seems really strong. I'm going to activate my ult here. Gives everyone's heals. I feel like that might be a useful thing to do. Okay, everyone got a huge heal for the ult. I should have done that a bit earlier. Oh, fudge. Okay, let's just activate our illusion here and get nothing for it. That was tough. Okay, I don't know what that is around us. We got some sort of reduced healing effect or something? Don't know which champion does that. It might have been an explosive lady. She seems to be able to do a lot of things. I had a quick look at her abilities, and all I could see was lots of explosive stuff. Knockback was also a big thing. There's a lot she could do, and there's not really much I could do in terms of that game either. It's kind of Kind of bad, if I'm completely honest. Go to the scoreboard here. We only did 15k healing, which actually was not that much less than the Furia. Yikes. Strix would have felt targeted, buddy. Strix and TDM is a very risky business. I don't think I've ever played Strix in Team Deathmatch. Just because you're a sniper, so it's great to sit in one spot, and TDM, you're not allowed to do that. That's why Ying is hard too, because of where you place your illusions. We did 9,000 damage, we did bugger all damage, but again, that's not really our job either. I am impressed that we did only, like, less than 2k, less than the Furia, because I felt like we weren't really getting a lot of heals. Our Q would have helped with that though, our ult, when we activated that. Anyway, we'll try for one more game, see if we can do a little bit better. Wish us luck on that. Probably gonna need it. Now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are playing some Onslaught now. So this will be a little bit different to TDM. Mainly because it's more of a King of the Hill type thing, so we might be able to be stationary more, like placing our illusion out on a spot where the allies are trying to cap, but remains to be seen. Again, I would have liked to have gotten the Siege game. It's funny, sometimes I don't like getting Siege games because of how long they go for and how long they make the videos. Sometimes they make the videos a bit long, but I actually would have liked a Siege with Ying. But, you know, it is what it is, what matchmaking gave us. So whenever you play in this game, the best way to adapt as a player is to, well, literally adapt to the game modes you're given. So Ying, Yaggroth, Octavia, Evie, and Lex, it looks like might be who the team is, unless the next person changes their mind. With 9 seconds left to go, they don't really have a lot of time to make the decision like that. 4, 3, 2, 1, question mark? Alright, here we go. We've got Victor, Bomb King, Genos, Lex, and Vi. So, pretty interesting team. A lot of damage on that team. Quite a lot of damage. Bit of mobility there, but a lot of damage. But no new lady. No Betty. So we're not going to get exploded to death this time. So at the very least, we don't have to worry about dealing with something that we haven't, like, learnt about yet. Because that was a huge underline in the last game. This time we don't have to worry about that. So, loaded in very quickly, actually. Kind of unexpected. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for, I'm thinking probably going for, focusing lens, I think is what we'll go for here. Is what I'm feeling. And we'll go Fracture, like that, which is the name of our little loadout. And then I think we might go for Chronos again, and Nimble again, because that extra movement speed will be really handy. Because we move pretty fast right now. So, that's where we're out of combat, part of our loadout, huge movement speed. So we do, that's why, in case it seems like we're moving very fast, that is why. So, I need to quickly test something. So, oh fudge, my mouse just kind of, I accidentally knocked it. So, if we hit our F, literally teleports us, weirdly. That was kind of weird. I couldn't figure out exactly what it was doing. But anyway, straight to battle we go on Gerald Onslaught. So, no pressure. We'll place an illusion right there. See if anyone targets it. I'm sure if anybody's going to target it, it's going to be the Victor, which he does. We also get a kill on him, though. It's felt pretty good. Place another illusion. Now, this definitely feels more like what we should be adept at doing. We'll place illusion further up, because we have that ability. Right, where is the enemy team exactly situated? Can't really tell. Yaggroth's doing a good job of holding here. We're going to put the illusion right next to Yag. So anyone who comes to Yaggroth is going to get healed. Yaggroth is going to get healed. Now again, I don't know if the illusion... Okay, it looks like the illusion might be actually a duration. Doesn't seem like it lasts forever. Unless it got shot and I didn't realise it. Gonna shatter it. Lex kind of killed it, but that's fine. It added pressure. Anybody that comes in will just shatter the illusion. They will not like it very much. Place another one. Who's literally going to sit here and just take care of the Yaggroth. That's our best option. Going to teleport to it. Place another one. Oh, I see. So we can teleport to it quite a few times. What are you doing, Vi? I would like it if you stayed away. Okay, we could do quite a decent amount of damage when we're like this. Place another one of these. Okay, so we can hold this down pretty well like this. Yagroth's just sitting in this spot is kind of toxic, but I do like it. Place another one. I reckon if we use our ultimate, that's going to keep that Yagroth alive for quite a while too. Oh, okay. That was unexpected. I might actually place the illusion here. And then when they try to come in, we can use our shatter. Home them in like that. Okay, they didn't quite work how I planned it in my head, but... we've got a pretty... okay, the enemy team is having a bit of trouble getting in here, which I think is kind of funny. I don't know if I'm exactly being the most helpful, but... teleport. Teleport again. Okay, I'm still not 100% exactly used to the teleport and how that functions. But it does feel kind of random, exactly how it happens. But, we're holding this down pretty well. We can do quite a bit of damage, then we can teleport back here. Okay, that's useful. That is very useful. It allows us to be a little bit aggressive if I want to be, and then we can just... okay, it didn't work. For some reason. I don't think it was off cooldown, maybe? I'm not sure exactly. Oh, I guess we can buy some items. So we will go Haven. And then we'll upgrade the Chronos. We're just going to try and get our abilities crazy. So we're going to literally focus on 3 cards for this. I feel like that might be very appropriate. Place the illusion. That works. Yagroth is bored. And to be fair, they're not doing a very good job of pushing. But I kind of feel them. Gonna cast an illusion. Literally just keeping the illusions next to Yagroth makes it like the easiest game in my life. So, for one thing's for sure, Ying is definitely suited to this kind of thing. Holding points. So, holding zones. Siege also would be a good mode because you could like place illusion by the payload and kind of hang around that and heal people that come to you. There we go, victory. But yeah, in terms of TDM, Ying is definitely a lot harder to use because of the fact that like your illusions don't go anywhere, and in TDM when you're on the move all the time, that makes it a lot harder to heal people and be useful. So, in summary, I suppose, I wouldn't play Ying on TDM. So if you're trying out, if you want to, let's just go to the scoreboard real quick before I give any other kind of like crazy consensus. So 11,000 healing. So we actually did only slightly more than Genos. He was obviously working pretty hard. 6,000 damage, not a lot of damage. Still less than Yag. 3 and 1. We actually got some kills there too. So I guess in closing, my final opinion on Ying would be that if you get Team Deathmatch, probably not play her then, just because of the fact that mobility is not a strong suit. Like, I say that as in, like, not because of a teleport, that makes her pretty mobile, but because part of her main kit, being able to heal is the illusions, and they're static, they don't move. Unless you shatter them, but then they're going to explode anyway. So, I mean, you could take the talent with a don't blow up life exchange, you could do that. So, they're healed instead. You could do that. It'll still move, it just won't die. So you could, in theory, try that, but I would think that playing Siege or like Onslaught, King of the Hill would definitely be more suited to Ying than TDM. But that's just my personal opinion. She's still a really cool character. I like her abilities work, the teleporting, that kind of thing. The mirror as a weapon is a cool concept. Does decent damage too if you're accurate with it. And it's got decent range too, for what I've seen. So she's very unique, that's for sure. You won't play Ying and be like, oh, I've played a character like this before. You know, she's not as stereotypical as some of your characters like Maeve, who's a ninja, and Droxus with a gun, Victor with a gun, Koga with guns. A lot of these characters, I'm not saying they're generic, but like their archetype has been seen before. But I feel like Ying is one of those few that's entirely unique, and I like that about her, and I definitely want to play more of her and get better with her in the future. So let me know in the comments if you're a Ying player. Do you play Ying in TDM a lot? What are your builds like? Do you have a build that makes up for the fact that illusions aren't mobile? Let me know in the comments. And also, I'd like to know how you feel about the new character, your thoughts on her. What's her name? I'll have to look at her at some point and do a video when appropriate. But yeah, Betty La Bomba. What do you think about her? Do you think she's cool? I'll get around to doing a video on her when I've done everybody else, I suppose. But she does look interesting. Her kit's pretty cool, grenade launcher and stuff. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on that too. Love to hear about that. And yeah, that's all I've got for you guys. So until the next time, dodge that game over screen. I am Phantom M100, and I'm signing out for now.